Let's keep that pantry stocked on a budget. Hey everyone, welcome to Homestead Corner. I'm Ginny, and today I have got a $20 budget pantry stock up from the Dollar Tree. I think it is so important to keep our pantries as full as possible. You do not have to spend a lot of money. You can do it little by little, $10, $20 a week, whatever you have, and it will help you save in the long run, definitely. It saves lots of time having a full pantry. It saves you in emergencies, all kinds of stuff. Having a pantry is just so important. So I just grabbed a few things from Dollar Tree this week and did a $20 budget stock up. Let's jump in and see what we got. So the first thing I grabbed this week was a gallon of distilled water. I think distilled water is super important. We have a reverse osmosis system, but having some extra put up is important to have. If you need it to flush out wounds, make any kind of saline solution, anything like that. There are lots of different things. If you use a CPAP, anything, having distilled water can be super important. I like to have regular drinking water and also distilled water stocked up. So in case of emergency, if that water goes down, we still have what we need. And I've never seen distilled water there before. $1.25 is a super good deal. It's about $2 at our local Walmart, which I think is crazy for water. The next thing I grabbed was just a box of couscous. I've never seen this there before, but hey, I love couscous. It's delicious. And this, we figured we'd give this a try and see how we like it. So I only picked up one box. So anytime that I'm getting new items, I only get one or two, just enough so we can try it. And then if we like it, we'll get more. The next thing I grabbed was just an extra bag of lentils. I think lentils are so important, especially in those emergency situations. They cook up way faster than a bean, but they still give you that same protein. And you could just cook these up and leave them in the fridge for about a week. They're good. And just throw them in salads, anything like that to boost up the protein in there. They don't have a lot of flavor. They're just like a bean. And we also sprout these for our chickens to give them extra greens and stuff like that in the early spring, late fall, all through the winter, because they're not getting those greens in that time. So we like to just keep a couple half gallons going all the time. Only 1 cup of the lentils makes a full half gallon of sprouts in just a few days. The next thing I grabbed was a couple more bags of the quick oats. We really love these. I like making my own instant oatmeals. It's a lot cheaper. I know exactly what's in it, and these work out great. And you can grind these down for an oat flour. You can make all kinds of stuff with it. We use them in tons of things. I use a lot of the old-fashioned oats as well, but whenever I can get these quick oats for $1.25 a pound, I'm on it. I also grabbed a couple more boxes of the Hungry Jack potatoes. These are wonderful. They don't have any added oils to them, so they will last long term if you repackage them. You can put them in Mylar or glass jars or whatever you want. Just make sure they are sealed, airtight, and they are going to do wonderful in your pantry. And they are so easy to cook with. We use these in our breakfast bowls and things like that. Just fill it up with water, let it sit for a few minutes, drain it out, and you have got your little potato shreds all rehydrated, and they cook up great. The next thing I grabbed was just a honey granola. We make a lot of our granola ourselves, but we don't always have time to do that. And this one is non-GMO for $1.25. That's a pretty good deal. I like to make sure we have plenty of it. We love it. You can use it like a cereal. We love it on top of yogurt and things like that. Just a great snack sometimes, just a handful of granola. But granola is wonderful. It is super good for you. And I figured we would give this one a try. So again, I only got one of them. The next thing I grabbed was a couple cans of the pears. These are, I think, pear half, sliced pears. They are perfect for those pear muffins, pear breads. You can eat them out of the can. You can do so much stuff with these. You can slice them up, put them in Jell-O. They're also good like that. There's just lots of options, and sliced pears canned pears is one of the few canned fruits that we like. So we like to keep a decent supply, and this one's in light syrup, so that is also wonderful. Doesn't have quite as much sugar in it, but either one, we buy whatever there is, and we just love the canned pear. The next thing I grabbed was just a bottle of ketchup. You want to make sure you've got those condiments and things like that. We use ketchup for all kinds of cooking recipes, and I don't really eat ketchup on its own, but my kids love it. So we like to make sure we have plenty of all of those condiments: ketchup, mustard, barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce is a big one in this house. The next thing I grabbed were just a couple of little magnet hooks. And these are, we have a grill outside, and there's not really any place to hang anything on it, like the spatula and the cleaning brushes and things like that. So I figured I would give these a try and see if they are strong enough to hold the spatulas and the cleaning brushes, so I can keep it right out there on the grill. The next thing I grabbed was just one of those little tuna kits. Comes with crackers, tuna. It's got everything bagel seasoning, which is delicious. I love that, you know, all that onions and garlic and all the seeds, and yum, it's so good. I just love that. These are wonderful for emergency bags. We keep them in the pantry also, so they are handy if we're going out or anything like that. We don't want to have to buy food out. It is so expensive for fast food, and it's really not good for you. So this is definitely a better option for us. Not perfect option, but it is definitely better. These are nice. You can just throw them in your bag when you're ready to go. Grab a few little snacks out of the pantry, and it saves a ton of money. The next thing I grabbed was a box of the instant grits. These are super delicious. They're super easy to make, affordable, and grits can be done so many different ways. I took a trip down south when I was a kid and fell in love with grits down in Tennessee. But these are super good. They cook up really fast, and they are really easy to season up. You can do just buttered grits. You can go sweet or savory or a whole bunch of different ways. We really like grits. They are delicious and affordable. So great to have in the pantry. And the last thing I grabbed was just a couple boxes of rotini. I got this one backwards. I think having plenty of pasta in the pantry is important. It really helps stretch out meals. You can do so much with it. It is definitely salad season. We do a lot of pasta salads in the summer, all different kinds of pasta salads. So we like to have plenty of pasta in the pantry, and it really is so affordable because it will stretch out those meals a lot. Anything you're making saucy, you can put on rice. You can put it on noodles too, which is great, and it saves a ton of money. And that's it for my $20 stock up from the Dollar Tree. It's really not a whole lot of items, but it really makes a difference in your pantry. Keeping things full and making sure you've got all the things that you normally use and things that you'll use in emergencies is really important. We like to make sure we have all those things. I don't buy a ton of distilled water because I have the reverse osmosis system, but having some extra put up that I know is sealed and ready to go is a great way to go. And any of these things really can be used in an emergency situation or your everyday cooking. And that everyday cooking can get quite expensive when you have to stop and make trips to the store, or you can't get a good deal on something on the last minute and things like that. So we just like to make sure we have as much variety as we can, so when something happens or we need something, it's there and our pantry is working for us. And that is so important nowadays. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.